Thank you for coming in this morning.
Good morning.
Look, nobody wants a book report here. Everybody wants to read the full report, the full book, if you were to say that. Are you expecting the full report, or how much of it do you think is actually going to be redacted?
Well, our hope is certainly that the report is as comprehensive as possible. We certainly understand that with respect to intelligence community sources and methods, there is a reasonable basis to redact information that could result in disclosing that information to, our enemies and to others who would like to have their hands on it. But beyond that, we think that 17 different intelligence agencies concluded that Russia attacked our democracy, interfered with our election for the sole purpose of trying to artificially place Donald Trump at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
So do you think there will be bombshells in this? Is there going to be something that contradicts Attorney General Barr's comments that there was no obstruction and there was no collusion?
Well, certainly, I think there's going to be a lot of information that will be deeply troubling to the American people as it relates to efforts by this president to obstruct justice. Ultimately, Bob Mueller concluded that he wasn't going to recommend prosecution, and he also was not going to exonerate the president. But you don't write a 400-page report if there's not some damaging information as it relates to the conduct that the president engaged in.
If there is so much that's going to be redacted, what is the next step for Congress? Do you go to court? And if you do go to court, what's the basis of that? Is it impeachment?
Well, I think the first step will be, let's read the report, make a determination if the redactions were made in good faith, or if it was part of an effort to really cover up misconduct that may have taken place either by the president or by close allies of the president. Let's not forget that you've had the Trump campaign manager, the Trump deputy campaign manager, Trump's first national security advisor, Trump's personal attorney, Trump's foreign policy advisor, all go down in flames in terms of either being convicted or pleading guilty to criminal behavior.
I think we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to certainly be a big day on Capitol Hill. By the way, Congress is in recess, and it's happening right before a holiday. I don't think the timing is a coincidence here.
No surprise.
But let's talk about this other issue here. You're the fourth highest ranking Democrat right now. A lot of new Democrats on Capitol Hill in Congress, one of them being Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Reports that came out in December that said she's looking to unseat you. What do you think of all of this?
Well, she's publicly denied those reports, so I take her at her word. And I think at the end of the day, we've got 5 new freshman members who are part of the New York State delegation, Max Rose and Alexandria here in New York City, as well as Anthony Brindisi, Antonio Delgado, and Joe Morelli from upstate. They're 5 phenomenal members. They've contributed already to the House Democratic Caucus, and I continue to look forward to work with all of them, including Alexandria.
And there's also been rumors that you could possibly be Speaker one day. Is that something you would like in your future?
Well, my focus right now is on doing the job that I have, as you indicated, chair of the House Democratic Caucus. We've got a focus on a for the people agenda, where we're going to work to try to lower the high cost of life-saving prescription drugs. I have many seniors in the communities that I represent who unfortunately have to choose sometimes between paying the rent, putting food on the table, and getting access to the medicine that they need.
Well, let's talk about that, because also rents are so high. Specifically in your areas of Brooklyn and Queens, we're seeing them go up. How can you get involved to kind of bring these rents back down to where people can afford to live in these communities?
Well, we need an all-hands-on-deck approach. That means at the city, state, and federal level. We're trying to do our part at the federal level to make sure that the resources are there to strengthen, for instance, the low-income housing tax credit so that we can continue to incentivize the creation of affordable housing for working families, middle-class folks, and senior citizens. As part of our infrastructure plan, which is a high priority for House Democrats, we want to infuse at least $70 billion to help strengthen public housing developments in New York City and across the country. I represent more public housing residents than almost any other member of Congress in the United States of America. And so a focus on public housing as part of a broader affordable housing portfolio will continue to be important.
I hope it all works out. And also, just back to the Mueller report issue, would you want to have Attorney General Barr and Mueller in front of Congress testifying?
Absolutely. Attorney General Barr, I believe, is coming in the first week of May. And sometime thereafter, I think it'll be important for Bob Mueller to testify as well.
Thank you so much for coming in. A lot to talk about.